Welcome back to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark. Hi.
Hi, I'm Krista.
It's a sad day today, or this week. We got some bad news. Well, Krista got bad news.
Look, I knew it was going to come up, and I'm just like, I still don't want to talk about it. I'm mad. I'm disappointed.
Our Flag Means Death has been canceled.
Yep.
There will be no third season unless it's picked up by somebody else. It's Warner Brothers doing what Warner Brothers do.
Yep.
They suck.
It's been a bad week for me. Not just because of that, because other stuff too. But that was,
Yeah. Just the nail in the coffin.
One of the bad things.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm mad.
Yeah. You're not going to take it anymore. You're mad as hell.
I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. Yeah, I'm very... There was a word I was trying to think of, and devastated. That's the word. Because, man, I love the show so much.
I know.
And I know, the second season was a little disappointing in some aspects, but I still love it.
I like the second season.
Yeah, but I mean, I still like it. It's still my favorite show, and I haven't been into a show that much since, high school.
Yeah.
So...
Yep. So we're wearing all black. We are wearing veils. We can't see each other.
No.
We're in mourning. It's pretty rough, but we're going to get through this somehow.
I got my fan fiction.
You have your fan fiction.
So I'm happy.
To keep you company.
There's plenty of it.
Yep. So you're going to pull through this, I believe. And maybe it'll get picked up somewhere else. Who knows?
It would be nice. I don't know. My hopes aren't that high, but I'm also a pessimist, so.
Yeah. No.
No. You? What?
Not at all.
So, yeah, because I know that it was originally supposed to be 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's how many seasons the creator of the show wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
It got its 2 seasons. It did, thank goodness, end on an okay note.
Yeah.
If it was kind of one of those things where they were afraid they weren't going to get a 3rd season anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like, well, let's kind of act like this is the season finale just in case.
No, huge cliffhangers.
So they did wrap up a lot of stuff, which was makes it not quite as bad, because I feel like if it had not made it for a 2nd season, which I still would have been fine if it hadn't had a 2nd season, because I love the 1st season. The 1st season is I could watch that all the time.
Yeah, but that was a big cliffhanger.
Yeah, it did have a big cliffhanger.
A lot of
so it was
stuff going on.
So it was good to have the 2nd season so that they could resolve that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But here we are. So anyway, we're watching another Warner Brothers property.
Yeah, every time that I turn on Max, I'm just like, oh.
Hey, Max.
And they keep sending me emails, and they're like, oh, if you enjoyed this, why don't you watch Our Flag Means Death? And I'm like, I've already watched it. I'm one of these people who's watched it several times. And you just canceled it, so don't even.
We are not friends.
Exactly. It's like, you can't tell me what to do. But yeah, so not happy with Max and the guy in charge.
The WB.
All that stuff. So
yeah,
but maybe it'll get picked up by somebody else. I don't know.
Sure,
because they only want one more season, so that's going to be a lot on another streaming service to pick up something like that.
Yeah,
but
I mean, Community got it. Some other shows.
Did Community only have one more season after?
I believe so. It's 1 or maybe 2, maybe. Because they went to Yahoo, and it didn't do well, but at least they got another season.
At least
they did their 6 seasons. They never got their movie, though.
Okay.
But anyway.
I'd be okay if somebody was like, hey, why don't we just make the 3rd season into a movie?
Mm-hmm.
And then it could be anywhere. Yeah. Anybody could do it. I'll help pay for it. I got a little bit of money.
I'll throw a little down.
I'll throw a little in there.
For just a slight starring role. I'll be happy to donate.
No, I don't have to have it. No, not for that. Just to have it. It's like, hey, come on. And I'll even buy a copy. Come on.
Wow. A copy is that?
Look at that. 1 copy, please.
1 stream, please.
Oh, man. So, anyway, but yeah, we're watching another WB property.
Yeah. It's the Barbie movie.
It is.
Barbie.
Came out last summer.
Yep. First pictures we saw of it, we were like, what is this abomination?
Well, not Margot Robbie, but
No, yeah, Ryan
oh my
Gosling.
gosh! And the first time I saw him as Ken, I was like,
It was basically in that roller skate
this.
uniform because we didn't really know where it was going to go, what they were doing with it exactly. So it just looked bad.
It did, but then they started showing like the trailers, and I was like, okay, now I actually kind of want to watch it.
Good, yeah.
And then I didn't go see it, but I heard good things about it, so I knew it was something
huge box office, along with Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer.
Yep,
became a meme.
And I knew I wanted to watch it eventually.
Yeah, people were going back-to-back scrings. This and Oppenheimer, which seems like too much and weird dichotomy.
Well, I mean, it seems too much for me because I don't want to watch Oppenheimer at all. I have no interest in it whatsoever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Even though it has lots of people in it that I like, but
I
just like
seems like a downer, man.
It does. It seems like a real downer. And and then you watch Barbie, and it's like, well, this is nice and it's funny.
This is fun,
and even though I did cry, but I've been crying at everything lately, so no big deal there. Nope, not much of a difference. Yeah, but
so were you a big Barbie fan growing up?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is, it's like it's Barbie and everything is pink, and I'm like, I hate pink.
Yeah.
Pink is my least favorite color. Well, maybe orange. I also don't like orange.
Rough go, Texas. UT.
Sure.
And Tennessee.
There you go. We'll see. I hate Tennessee, so yeah.
Wow. Sorry, listeners. I love both.
Look, I grew up as an Alabama fan, so it's hard for me to like Tennessee. Plus, when you've heard freaking Rocky Top as many times as I've heard it,
woo!
You don't want to hear it anymore. Which, honestly, I don't want to hear Sweet Home Alabama either.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
That's because I've heard it way too many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, I'm not a big fan of pink.
Yeah.
But I did like Barbies. My mom had Barbies too when she was growing up, and I actually have one of her old Barbies.
Oh.
Not here, of course. It's at her house still because it's with all the other Barbies that I used to play with when I was little.
When she loved me.
Yes. Hey, it's not they're not on the side of the road. They are in a plastic container.
Yeah. Perfectly preserved in their coffin.
All together. But yeah, I used to play with Barbies all the time. Barbies were my big toy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I played Nintendo and everything too, but Barbies were where it was at.
Yeah.
And my mom used to do this thing where every time that I finished playing with the Barbies, she would put them back in their original costumes. And then as soon as the next day when I went to play with the Barbies again, they were just out of those clothes into whatever I wanted them in. And it was like, that's too much, Mom. Too much. But yeah, I loved Barbies. I used to play. I would usually do Disney movies. I would just recreate Disney movies.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Cinderella,
did you have Kens?
For some reason, was a good one. I did have several Kens.
Okay.
I also have a Michael Jackson doll that somehow ended up with all of my Barbies, which was really weird. He's actually here. I actually do have him here, which is really weird. And he is in his original costume and everything. He came with a microphone and stuff. He's got his red jacket. He's got a glove. But yeah, he's in my office in there. He's on the shelf. But yeah, I had him too. And then I had a lot of Disney dolls too, because they were the same size as Barbie.
Yeah.
And they would be in with the Barbies and stuff too. But I would do a lot of Disney movies, put on versions of Disney movies with my Barbies instead of the Disney characters.
Yeah.
And there was one that I used to do Cinderella a lot for some reason. And there was one Barbie that specifically every time she had to be the evil stepmother. And I don't know why. But she was the prettiest Barbie that I had, pretty much. But I just loved her to be this evil stepmother. I don't know why. She looked more mature than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
And she was, in this movie, we see a lot of strange Barbies that are not just oh, here she is. She's a doctor and this is her doctor outfit.
Yeah.
This one, I can't remember what the name of it was because there are so many different Barbies. I don't remember the names of half of them.
Right.
There was Barbie and the Rockers. I did have a couple of those, I think. But this one, she has a little switch in her back
Uh-huh.
And her arms, when you switch it up, her arms go like they like push her hair back.
Oh,
they go
really?
they go up and push her hair back. It was really fun. And then you just like
Interesting.
pull them back down and they go back up again. But for some reason, she was one of my favorites. But I always put her as the villain. I don't know why. And then I have a picture of somewhere, one of my Barbies that I tried to turn into Maleficent.
Oh.
And so I gave her I took Barbie leggings and rubber bands and made like the devil horn things, which was really funny.
Interesting. Nice.
Yeah. I loved Barbie.
So yes. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's pretty much what I did with pencils.
Your stupid pencils. I can't with your pencils. They just didn't have outfits.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they had their team colors,
There you go. But my grandmother made some outfits for my Barbies too, because she liked to sew.
Yeah.
And then when I got older, I made a couple of outfits, I think, but mostly it was like I made a skirt because I could just use a rubber band as like elastic, pretty much. But yeah, I always liked my Barbies.
Nice. All right.
But we should probably talk about the movie.
I guess so.
I mean, it's related.
Yeah, it is.
Very much related.
This is what we're going into with. I never had Barbies, surprisingly. And yeah. That's it.
And most of my friends had Barbies too, because I would go over to Katie's house. Katie's my best friend, and we would play with Barbies. So I don't think I took my Barbies over to her house. I think we just played with hers.
Yeah. But
sometimes we would have the Barbie pool party. So we would just have like a big bowl of water and have them in there in their bathing suits and stuff, which was really funny. And they would have little parties and stuff. But so it was something you could play with your friends. And then I had one friend who every year she got the holiday Barbie, but she couldn't take it out of the box. I was like, that's not fun. Even the ones that I had, most of the ones that I had that were collector kind of ones, I took them out of the box. So I'm like, no, I'm playing with these.
Yeah, you gotta enjoy them.
Because they came out with like recreations of the original Barbies.
Oh, okay.
So I had some of those with they had little stands that you could put them in and stuff. So I did put them on the stands. I didn't play with them, but I kind of displayed them.
Yeah.
So that was kind of
All right. Well, what's this movie about?
This is about
Barbie movie.
It's about Barbie.
It is. That's it. Thanks for coming.
Yep. And that's the movie.
Yep.
We start off with a voiceover. Who's doing the voice?
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren. Okay. I thought it was Helen Mirren, but I was like, I don't want to say it's Helen Mirren and then be wrong and feel stupid, but Helen Mirren. There we go.
I thought she would show up at some point.
Nope, she doesn't. Nope. She's just a voice.
Yeah.
So she is voicing over this little beginning.
Day in the life of Barbie.
Well, first they talk about the history of dolls.
Oh, that's right.
Because they have to do a little 2001.
Yeah, spoofage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Thus Spake Zarathustra or whatever it's called. Yeah, so it starts off, it's the history of dolls, basically. Ever since there have been little girls, there have been dolls.
Yeah.
But mostly...
Always baby dolls.
It was always baby dolls. They could only ever play as mothers. And then, suddenly, there was Barbie. Like a monolith in the desert.
Just Margot Robbie just standing
just standing there in the original, striped bathing suit.
Black and white,
And so she's there. And then...
They lose their minds.
These children, these little girls, start just smashing teacups with their babies' heads.
Yep, smashing other babies' heads.
Their baby dolls with their baby doll heads. Throwing their baby dolls. They're just like, we don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
We want Barbie. We want Barbie. And so then we go to... It talks a little bit about Barbie, I think, and how the Barbies in Barbie Land think that all the women's issues in the real world have been solved by Barbie.
Because they can be any job they want.
Exactly.
That meant girls could be anything they want to be.
Exactly. And so they're like, this is great. We
did it.
We've done it.
Yeah. The world loves us.
So we have Barbie Land.
Yes.
And we start off with Margot Robbie. Stereotypical Barbie.
Yes.
Is who she plays.
Yeah.
And this is where
I wish they had sold a doll that was
what's called
stereotypical Barbie.
Yeah. Which they might now. I don't know.
Who knows?
If they should. If they don't, with the little dress, the pink gingham dress and stuff. So stereotypical Barbie. She wakes up. There's she's got a whole theme song kind of thing going on. This is her morning.
Yeah.
She wakes up in her dream house.
Yeah.
She goes to take a shower.
Yeah.
There's no water running, of
water,
course. She's just, pretending.
She takes off her shoes. Her feet are in the high heel position constantly.
Because that's how Barbies are.
Yeah.
I remember the first trailer for it showed that. And it was like, oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's how they are.
Yep.
Not all of them, though, because I did have some with flat feet.
Right.
When I was younger.
Freaks.
So, a lot of them were the athletic ones. So there were I had some from the 96 Olympics gymnastics ones, and I think they had the flat feet.
Makes sense.
Anyway.
You don't want to wear heels on the
No, you're not wearing heels.
Uneven bars.
No, you're not wearing anything. You're not wearing shoes at all.
You're not wearing anything at all.
No, you're not wearing shoes.
And when I was playing with Barbies, that's how I went.
Yeah, sometimes they were just naked doing their thing. It happens.
Gotta go to work.
Gotta go to work. I'm naked, but that's okay. I couldn't figure out what I was going to wear today, so we're just going in the buff. So she takes a little shower with no water, of course. She goes downstairs. She gets her. I think she chooses her outfit next, actually.
Maybe.
So she chooses her little outfit. She goes downstairs.
Everything's magic. You just think it and it happens pretty much.
Mm-hmm. She has a slide that goes down to
her pool.
Pool.
I mean, it's a solid pool.
Exactly.
It's not an actual pool.
Exactly. And she has her breakfast. She has her milk.
Her waffle springs onto her plate and butter
and a
flies
little
on.
pat of butter flies on there too. She doesn't eat it, of course. There's nothing in the cup of milk that she pours. She just kind of pretends to drink it.
She drinks it, yeah.
And at one point, she jumps off of the top of the house, basically, and she just floats down.
Yeah, into her car.
And of course, everybody around, she's constantly, "Hi, Barbie."
Yeah,
"Hi, Barbie." Everybody's saying hi.
Because there's no doors or windows, basically.
Nope, you can see into each other's houses.
And they're all doing the same thing at the same time.
Yep. We pass by all of the other Barbies and stuff. Oh, and there's also Midge.
But we don't talk about her.
Midge was the pregnant doll that actually had a baby in her stomach that you could pretend that she gives birth.
Yeah, she got married to another doll.
Yeah, she was discontinued.
Yeah.
Because it was weird. Yeah. She drives around town. She sees there are they're construction workers. Yeah. All women, of course. You see, the president is a woman. All of the Supreme Court women. They're all Barbies.
Yep.
There's
Nobel Prize winners.
Yep. They're all Barbie. She goes to court. She sees that the main lawyer is a Barbie.
I like that she just goes to court for fun. Pretty much just to watch.
Exactly. She's I'm just gonna watch the court case of whatever it was. Don't even know what it was. So all the Barbies are.
They're happy and content in their perfect world.
And then she goes to the beach, and this is where we see Ken for the first time. Ken only has a good day if Barbie looks at him. So,
there's a lot of Kens.
Yes, there are a lot of Kens. And he's like, "Hi, Barbie." And she says, hi to him and everything. And he's just like, "Oh my gosh, she spoke to me." But there are lots of Kens.
It's Ryan Gosling. Simu Liu, is that his name?
Liu. I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know how you say his name. I feel so bad because I should look it up. Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. That one guy. I don't remember his name. The new Doctor Who.
Yes. I can't remember his name either. Darn.
And then there's Alan.
There's Alan, yes.
Michael Cera
is Alan. Alan was a doll. Alan was a doll that was Ken's buddy, and he can wear Ken's clothes. They can wear the same clothes, the same outfits.
As guys do.
Just like all Barbie dolls can wear the same the outfit. Well, most of them can wear the same.
Yeah, except Mitch.
So there are no multiples of Alan though. Alan is
just Alan.
Just Alan. So,
there's mermaid Barbies.
There are mermaid Barbies. Ken decides that he's gonna try to get Barbie's attention basically by running into the water.
He's gonna surf, He's
gonna surf. He has his little surfboard. He runs out there. The wave is not an actual water wave. It's it's plastic basically. Yeah. He hits it, he bounces, he flies.
Flies off.
Yeah. And he lands on the beach.
And I like that the beach, it looks like sand, but it's actually looks more foam, just like a foam playset map thing.
Yep.
Great.
So
I love the little details they did in there.
Yeah. So he lands. They go over to make sure he's okay. They have a doctor there with a portable
medical room.
Room that folds out and everything. Yeah. I know I've talked about I had a Barbie house that was the Barbie Fold and Fun house.
Yeah.
So it made me think a lot of that.
They do x-rays. He's okay. And he's healed.
Yep.
Immediately.
He's healed by the time that he finishes talking, basically. Yeah, so he's good.
Yeah. But he doesn't get along with Simu.
Yeah. He doesn't get along with his kin. He does get along with some of the other kins, though. It's just that one kin, because that kin is friends with Barbie.
Yeah.
And he thinks there's something else going on. He's very jealous of him. So he talks to Barbie, and he's like, can I come over tonight? And she's like, yeah, sure, you can come over.
Yeah, we're having a
big party.
A big choreographed dance.
It's like a disco party or whatever.
Sing a song. Yeah.
And
he's like, great.
Yep. Oh, we forgot to mention, yes, he and Simu, their kins are kind of feuding. And we forgot about the beach off.
Oh, yeah. They want to beach each other off.
And we find out that Ken's job is just beach.
Just beach. That's
He's not
his
a
job.
lifeguard.
Yeah.
He's not a surfer. His job is just beach.
Yep.
Which is just so weird. Oh, man. Anyway, so, there's going to be a big party at Barbie's house.
Yeah.
At the dream house. So you get there, you see they're dancing, choreographed dancing. All the Barbies have like these nice glittery outfits. They're all different. And then all the Kens are dressed exactly the same.
Pretty much. Yeah. Simu's is a little different.
Okay.
He's got like big gold puffy sleeves.
Okay. And Alan's is different because Alan's not Ken.
Because Alan's Alan.
Alan has his own little thing going on. So they're mostly pretty much dressed the same.
Yeah.
So they're dancing. Everything's going well. And then all of a sudden, Barbie stops dancing and she's like, do you guys ever think about dying?
Yeah. Everyone's like, what? She's like, dying to dance.
Exactly. And then they keep dancing and everything. So the party is over. Ken and Barbie are outside. He kind of is leaning in to try to get a kiss and everything, and she's just standing there.
Yeah, she doesn't know what's going on.
And
he wants to stay the night.
He does.
He doesn't know why.
Yeah, because we're boyfriend-girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, she's like, no, this is my dream house?
Yeah, this isn't Ken's dream house. This is Barbie's dream house.
Yeah.
So you can't stay. Besides, there's a sleepover. It's a girls' night. It's a girls' night every night.
Always girls' night.
So basically, she's like, no, you can't. You gotta go. So he walks off, sadly.
Yeah.
And she goes inside to have her sleepover with her friends. Yep. And then we get to the next morning.
Yeah.
She wakes up.
She's not as excited to wake up.
No, she's not as chipper as usual.
Yeah, not as skipper as usual.
She's not skipper at all.
Not skipper at all.
She waves to the other Barbie and everything. The other Barbie still looks,
she's having a good time.
She's having a good time. She's having a good morning. She goes to take her shower. The water's cold. What in the world is this? Even though there's no water, but it's cold. Yeah. Her waffle doesn't.
It's burnt.
It's burnt.
Butter just falls on the table.
Exactly. She goes to drink the milk. It's spoiled.
It's expired.
It's expired.
It says it on the carton.
Exactly. She's like, this is so weird. She goes to jump off of the top and she's expecting to float down. She just falls.
Yeah.
It's not a good morning for Barbie.
It's not.
And then she's like, okay, I'm going to go to the beach. She goes to the beach. She takes her shoes off.
Yeah. She's got flat feet.
And then her feet are flat. She falls down.
Yeah.
She's embarrassed. Barbies don't get embarrassed. What is this? What is happening?
This is weird.
So her friends come up to her and they're like, what's wrong? She's malfunctioning. She's like, I've got flat feet. And they're like, oh, this is terrible.
It's horrible.
Like, people are like pretending to vomit because they're just like, it's so gross.
They can't actually vomit liquids.
Yeah, one of the Kens is up there, the lifeguard Ken. He's pretending he's vomiting also. But yeah, she's malfunctioning. It's not good. So like, you're going to have to go visit Weird Barbie.
Yeah. We only call her that behind her back and to her face.
And to her face, yes. So Weird Barbie is a Barbie that was somebody played with her too hard.
Yeah.
So it shows like she gets her hair cut. Her hair is like, they like put marker in her hair and everything and mark her face all up and everything.
She's always doing the splits because they were like ripped her legs apart.
Yep.
Kicked her. Did you have a weird Barbie?
I did not have a weird Barbie.
Okay. You never played Too Rough?
I don't think so.
That's good.
I mean, I did have my mom's Barbie. I felt like was probably my weird Barbie, but it was because she looked different than all the other Barbies.
Oh, okay.
Because she was older.
Wow, racist.
No, because she was older and her hair was like brittle for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe my mom played with that Barbie too hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so she didn't get as much playtime as the others.
Yeah.
But I didn't make her a villain.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, I don't want to play. I don't want to play with you anymore. And just threw her to the ground. You know, it happens. I did have an Ariel, the Little Mermaid. I did have an Ariel doll that
one that
her
was in the
hair,
air.
huh?
One that was like in the air floating. Ariel.
No,
Okay.
no,
Helicopter Barbie.
no, no. But her hair was always getting tangled at the bottoms, so I did cut her hair.
Wow, that ain't gonna grow back.
I know. But I also cut my own hair, so
yeah.
as
Luckily,
we get to
that grew
hear
back.
every time that we go see my family, it's like, thanks for telling the story of when I was 4 and I cut my own hair.
It's cute.
It was not cute.
It's adorable.
The story's cute. The hair was bad.
You're 4. It's still
I
cute.
was 4.
Yeah,
I didn't
bad
know
hair
what I
on
was.
4 years. For your 4-year-old, is still cute.
I was 4.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I had to go to school because I started school when I was 4. And what's the best part of this story? Picture day. And I'm in the yearbook with very, very, very short bangs. Because, yeah. It's great.
That's cute.
Anyway, so
Anyway,
Weird Barbie.
Weird Barbie.
So this is Kate McKinnon.
Yep.
And
She does a good job.
yes, I like Weird Barbie.
Yeah,
She's just weird enough
she is.
to be fun.
Yeah.
She's doing splits all over the place still. And she has a dog also. She has her own like weird house. And she has a dog that
Constantly pooping.
Yep, because she's like, sorry about the dog poop. She tells, Barbie tells her what's been happening and everything. And she's like, you've created a portal in the space-time continuum or whatever. And Barbie notices also that now she has cellulite.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
So she's like, Weird Barbie's like, you're going to have to go to the real world.
Yeah.
You have to find the girl that is playing with you.
Yeah.
Because you're intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to like talk to her and...
You'll know her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And she gives her a choice. She's like, you can either take these heels and go back to not knowing, go back to your perfect life or whatever.
Yep.
Or you can take these sandals and go fix it or whatever. And she's like, okay, I'll forget.
I'll take the heels.
She's like, no, you can't do that. I was just giving you the illusion of choice.
Yep.
Stop trying to check the sand. Or stop trying to take the heels.
Yep. I do like the, when she's walking up to Weird Barbie's house, she's wearing heels. And she's like, why would anybody wear these if you have flat feet? I don't understand. And I'm like, yeah, girl. That's why I don't wear heels.
It seems awful.
It's the worst. I can't walk in heels very well.
Yeah.
I did have, I own heels and I've had heels before. I used to try
We all
do. I used to try to wear them. Like, I bought some on sale once because my best friend is like, she loves shoes. We had to go she loves shoes. So we had to go shoe shopping.
Oh my gosh.
And because there was this shoe place that was going out of business and everything was on sale.
Yeah.
No, it was not.
Pay less.
No. Stop it. It was this really cool place where if you got up, they had like a karaoke machine, and if you did karaoke, you got a discount on your shoes.
Shoe carnival?
No.
We had a shoe carnival. Have you ever had a shoe carnival?
Yes.
Okay. God.
It was not. It was like a local shoe shop. It wasn't like one of these
Shoe
big
Depot.
things like that. We're gonna turn this podcast around.
Macy's.
Stop it. Sears. No.
Rest in peace.
Oh my gosh. So it went out of business and we bought a bunch of shoes. And do you know how many of them I wore?
2.
I bought probably 8 pairs of shoes. And I probably wore 2 of them.
Hey.
And one of them was this really big pair of red heels.
Conscious.
Because I was like, I'm gonna own these.
I'm gonna look so hot.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I cannot walk in heels. So I just walked around my apartment.
Yeah.
And it was hard floors. So I'm sure whoever lived below me hated me.
Yeah.
Actually, I know who lived below me at one point.
And they hated you.
He did not hate me.
For other reasons.
He may have hated that, but he did not hate me. But I walked around in those heels trying to like break them in and get better at walking in heels. And I was like, what can I do to get better? I mean, what can I do to be like, yes, I'm good. I'm good at walking in heels. I can do all of these cool things in heels. I'm going to juggle in heels. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just thought it would be...
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I thought it would be cool to be able to juggle while wearing heels for some reason. So I practiced and I got really good at it. But I still couldn't walk in heels. I could only stand and juggle.
That is such a ridiculous idea.
I don't know why I thought this was a good idea.
Oh, goodness.
Anyway,
I'm afraid I'd break my ankles if I was in heels.
I mean, if you're standing in them, it's not too bad.
Juggling, yes.
Oh, man. Anyway, so yeah. But she's like, yeah, why would anybody wear these? And yeah, same. I don't wear high heels very often, but if I were wearing high heels, I could probably juggle while wearing them.
Yep.
Multi-talented.
So yeah, she's got to go to the real world.
Yes.
And they're like, how do you get there? It's like, you got to take a car, then a boat, then a bike, and a rocket ship, and all this stuff.
Yeah, rocket ship, then the bike, snowmobile, and then you'll end up in Los Angeles.
Yeah, the country of
Los Angeles, in the city of California, or something like that.
Continent of California.
I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can, once you're in the real world, then you can go find the girl who's playing with your doll. Mm-hmm. So that's what she does. She's like, all right, I'm going to go. So they have a big going away thing for her with a huge banner that's like, I didn't write it down.
What it says.
A lot, but it was...
Yeah.
It was like...
Good luck finding your person and whatever.
Going to the real world, blah, blah, blah. And it was just so long.
Yeah. She's driving in her Barbie
Well,
car.
before she leaves, while they're all saying goodbye and everything, the Kens are over there talking. And Simu Ken is like, you're not going because you're like scared, I'm sure. Or she didn't ask you to go with her. And he's like, no, that's not...
She asked me, I decided I
just wanted to stay here, because it's cooler here. And he wants to go to the real world and all this stuff. But you can tell that he wants to go. Yeah, he's just sad that she didn't ask.
Yeah, and they start making a bet. And then she drives away.
Yep, and she's driving. She's listening to her favorite song.
It's the only song that plays, I think, on that radio.
Yeah, pretty much.
Closer I am to find.
Yep. And then as she's singing it, Ken pops up in the backseat. She screams, he screams. They flip the car.
Yep. But it lands on the wheels. It's fine.
It's fine. And he's like, I'm going with you. And she's like, no, you're not. But he talks her into it, basically. Yeah. I forget why.
I don't know. I don't know. Because there might be a beach there, and he's Beach Ken, so she'll need his expertise.
Yeah. So she's like...
on beach.
Yeah, on beach. So she's like, fine, you can come with me. So they continue on the way. So they take the boat. They take the rocket ship. They take the tandem bike. They take all this stuff. Yeah. And they get there. They're in the real world. And they get there, and they are wearing their roller skates and their outfits. So it's like a lot of hot pink and hot green and very neon.
Like 90s.
Yep. And people are kind of laughing at them.
Yeah, because they look ridiculous.
They do look weird. They do, yeah. And
she starts to get self-conscious, which is weird.
Yeah, because she's like, I'm feeling conscious about
myself. He's like, I love this. People love me.
Yeah, he's like, this is great, because everything seems to be reversed in the real world. Mm-hmm. They go to a construction site, because she's like, I go to the construction site all the time. It's girl power. Yeah. It's going to be great.
Go see them ladies.
Yep, and it's just a bunch of guys sitting around. Yeah. And they like wolf whistle at her and everything. And
she's like, oh, okay, bye.
So she's like, this isn't what I expected. So she goes away. He's still following her. Somebody else comes up behind her and
smacks her butt.
Yeah.
And so she turns. Nowhere.
Yeah. So she turns around and just punches him. Gets arrested. Yeah. Gets arrested.
I that's self-defense, man.
Yeah. Why are they being arrested?
Yeah. He assaulted her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they get arrested, but I guess they're like, we can't really do anything. Yeah. So they let him go. But they do talk about her outfit and everything.
Yeah. They're like, we got to get new clothes. Yeah. If we're going to fit in here.
Because the cops are also like talking about how hot she is and stuff. Yeah. And it's like, oh my gosh. So they change into new outfits.
Get cowboy outfits.
Yeah. So they're like dressed as cowboy and cowgirl. She's like hot pink cowgirl outfit. Yeah. He's wearing like black with a bunch of fringe and stuff.
Yeah. And a nice pink scarf around his neck.
Yep. And so he's like, man, I am feeling this outfit. I look great. And then they start walking away. The guy's like, you need to pay for those. So they run away. They get arrested again. Yep. And then the cops, of course, are like, she's wearing more clothes, but that's even more mysterious because we don't know what's underneath and all this stuff. And it's like, oh, come on.
It's like, you can keep those clothes. Like, okay.
So gross. So they kind of split up.
Yeah, she sits down on a bus bench. Ken wants to walk away.
Yeah. So she's like, but don't go far.
Yeah.
So he just walks off.
Mhm.
And he sees
Men doing business.
Yes.
And being men.
men rule the world.
Doing
here
everything. They
in
have
the
every
real world.
job. Yeah.
Yep. It's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And so he's like, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's sitting there and she's just like feeling the breeze and watching people laugh and watching kids play and then watching people, people fight and people sad and, just seeing everything.
She starts like meditating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she feels memories.
Yeah.
She sees memories.
Some flashbacks.
Mm-hmm. And it's the girl who has been playing with the doll.
Yeah. Looks like she's playing with her mom when she was a kid. She gets scared, goes to her mom.
Yep. Then she's getting a little bit older.
Yeah.
She
starts
has
pulling away from her mom.
all of her dolls
They were doing
in
like
a box. She's going to give
Goodwill
them.
sale. Yeah.
But her mom grabs the doll from the box so that she can't take it.
Yeah.
And sees it. They're like, she's going to school. She's going to like high school or whatever.
Yeah.
And
She
doesn't want her mom to hug her and everything. And so she's like, okay, well, that's obviously
that's
who
my
I'm
girl.
looking for.
Gotta find her.
And it was really cute. She looks over. There's this old lady that's sitting on the bench, like next to her, basically. And they
She's
look
like,
at each
"You're
other.
beautiful."
And she's like, "You're beautiful." And the old lady's like, "I know." And they just smile, and it's really cute.
That was a costume designer. It's kind of like a legend in the costume design portion of Hollywood, I guess.
Okay.
And of course, Warner Brothers was like, "Take that out. We don't want it." And they're like, "No, that's like a very important part of the movie."
Why would they want to take that out?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, because it's Warner Brothers.
Because it's Warner Brothers. Yep.
There's a lot of Warner Brothers hating this podcast right now.
Yep. Warner Brothers kind of sucks.
Yeah.
They're kind of the worst right now.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
So
she's like, I gotta head out. I gotta go find this girl.
Yeah, and Ken shows up again.
Yeah.
And so they like hug and everything. They're like, oh my gosh, I know what we
I have so much to tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
They both want to talk.
Yep. So Ken's like, men rule everything here.
Yeah,
He's so
it's the
excited about it. And
best.
she's like, I found the girl.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's very different things.
Yeah.
So they head off to go find her.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the FBI are on the case because they know that she's been arrested, or they've both been arrested. So they call Mattel. I cannot remember the name of the guy.
Oh,
who
no way.
answers the phone.
Yeah.
Aaron. It's Aaron.
Oh, okay. But it's just some like mid-level guy. Why would they call him?
I
Like,
don't know.
I feel like they would call somebody higher up.
I mean, maybe he's just like customer service and that's the only person they can get to or something.
Yeah.
So they're like, this is a problem.
Yeah.
You got to deal with it.
Yeah.
We had something, there was a whole skipper in Key West.
Yeah.
So she showed up and wanted to like babysit kids, and
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened.
What did it? She like took them somewhere or something? I don't remember.
Yeah, but I can't remember where.
Dang, I forgot. I don't know.
Huh. Anyway, so they had to send her back, basically.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, okay, I'll tell the higher ups about it.
Mm-hmm.
So he heads in. America Ferrera is like the secretary or whatever.
Reception, yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's there. She's drawing Barbies.
Yeah, like Dark Side Barbies.
Yeah. Existential crisis
Existential
Barbie.
dread, yeah.
Yeah, existential dread. That was it, Barbie. I can't remember what the other
Yeah.
ones are, but
So self-conscious Barbie.
yeah, stuff like that. And she's like, you can't go in there. They're having a big meeting.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes in anyway.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell is the CEO
Of course.
of Mattel.
Yep.
He doesn't have a name. He's just CEO of Mattel.
Yeah. You can call him Mother, though.
Yes, you can call him Mother. And it's like, I'd rather not. So Will Ferrell, he's the man in charge.
Yep.
And
All men on the board.
Yes. Not a single woman in that room. The only woman in Mattel that we know of right now is America Ferrera.
Yeah.
Who I do not know what her name is.
It's is it Gloria? They very rarely say her name.
I don't know.
I can't remember exactly.
Anyway, so
The kid's like Sasha, maybe. So yeah, he reports it to him. They of course don't want to hear it. Yeah, they play a game of telephone basically. Yeah. I was really expecting it to get messed up at the end.
I was too,
but nope.
Obviously not.
It went through.
Yep.
Went through both sides too for some reason.
Yeah. He falls out of his chair when he hears it. He's like, we've got to do something about this. So we don't want a repeat of Skipper in Key West.
Yeah.
So they have to go find Barbie and Ken. America Ferrera overhears.
Yeah.
And she's like, interesting. Barbie's in the real world. Okay.
Yeah. And then we go back to the school.
Yes. I have no notes for so long because I was just
it was a good movie, yeah.
So they go to the school where the girl is at, of course. Mm-hmm. Barbie goes to talk to her or to find her.
For the table of friends.
Yes. Ken, meanwhile, is like, I'm going to the library. I need to find some books about whatever.
Yeah, about this world. Some kid tries to warn her not to go
talk
to
Sasha.
Sasha, yeah.
Because
she's too cool.
Exactly. She goes anyway.
Yeah.
She walks over there. Sasha is with her 3 friends. They make fun of Barbie, basically. Mm-hmm. They call her a fascist.
Yeah.
They're like, we hate Barbie.
Like, you're the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. One person was like, I used to like Barbie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like yeah. They're like, no.
No, we don't like Barbie here.
Yeah. And then she just lays into Barbie.
Oh, yeah.
Just goes off on all the stuff wrong with the body images and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, you make women feel bad about themselves and all this stuff. And
she was expecting to be thanked.
Yeah.
Like, all the Barbies think they'll be, like, if they go to the real world, they'll be thanked for everything they did.
Exactly.
How they saved the world and all that.
Exactly.
So this was devastating for her.
Yes. So she's like, okay, I guess I'll go. So she walks off and she starts crying and everything.
Yeah. Ken, meanwhile, he gets asked what time it is.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, wow, such respect to Ken being asked what time it is and being called sir.
He has taken a bunch of books out of the library also about, like, the patriarchy
all
and
about
horses.
the patriarchy, yep. And he loves horses.
Apparently he loves horses. He's Beach Ken, but he loves horses.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he's like, wow, it's so different in this world. Mm-hmm. They really know how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
And then he finds that woman again that asks him about the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, how about that patriarchy, pretty much?
She's like,
we need to go.
We gotta go. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But the Mattel people show up and see Barbie there.
Yeah.
And so they take her away.
Yeah. And they don't really care. Ken's like, I could go help her, but
I think I'll just head back to Barbie
Land. I need to head to Barbie Land and tell everybody about the patriarchy.
Exactly. So he heads back.
Yeah.
Barbie is going to Mattel, and America Ferrera is there.
Yeah.
Because she's picking up her daughter from school. Her daughter is Sasha.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my gosh, they're taking Barbie.
Yeah.
And she, like, gets out of the car to, like, go.
Yeah, that was weird. They're, like, driving off.
You're not
and
gonna
she was, like, kind of running after him a little bit, but
go get in your car. And
yeah, follow him.
him.
What are you doing?
So they take Barbie to Mattel, to the headquarters.
Yeah.
Take her upstairs so that she can meet Will Ferrell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like, hey, get in this box and it'll all be all right.
Exactly.
We'll go back to Barbie Land. Everything will be good.
And she's like, are there any women in charge here?
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, there was.
Yeah.
In, like
in the 70s.
The 80s
and I think another time there was.
Yeah, I think so. I think there were, like, 2 women in charge at one point.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, that's
we love weird. Women. It's I'm like, the son of a mother. I'm a mother of a son.
Yeah. He does say I'm a mother of a son. Because he's like, I'm the son of a mother and I'm a mother of a son. Yeah. And he's like, I'm
a nephew of an aunt. Yeah. And these guys love women.
Yep. And so yeah, they're trying to get her to go into the box, and she's like, oh, well, that's kind of cool, you know.
Yeah.
So she walks over there, and they're like about to tie her into the box and everything, and she jumps out.
She gets like a weird feeling.
Yeah, she's like, I actually, before I get in there, I need to use the restroom.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, it's down the hall, you know.
Just let her go.
They just let her go. No escort or anything.
Yeah.
So she walks out.
She starts running.
She runs directly into the elevator.
They see her do it. It's like, man, she really has to go. But then she gets in an emergency exit, and then they're like, oh, no, she's escaping.
Yep. So they head after her.
Yeah.
And then they have this little Scooby-Doo running sequence kind of thing where they're trying to chase her down.
They're in the real world, but they're running so oddly.
They are running like dolls.
It's so ridiculous.
Because they're running like they can't bend like their joints and stuff, which is really funny. At one point, Will Ferrell's like, I think it's going to be quicker if we go over the cubicles. I'm like, it is not going to be quicker if we go over the cubicles.
Falls into the cubicle.
He bumps into her at one point.
They both scare each other.
Run the opposite direction. And then he's like, oh, shoot, I was supposed to catch her. So she manages she sees like another exit. So she runs through and she goes in there. It's like a dark room. Or she goes
down a hallway, and goes into a random room.
But then she goes into this room. It's a dark room.
Yeah.
There's like one light, basically, like a spotlight on like a kitchen or whatever.
Yeah.
And she goes over there and there's a lady there. It's Rhea Perlman.
Yeah.
And
says she's Ruth.
She's Ruth.
Right.
And so she sits down and has tea with her.
Mm-hmm. has trouble drinking the tea.
Yes, because they give her a drink when she goes to meet with the Mattel board and everything, and she pours it on herself. She doesn't know how to drink. She's like, I'm not used to anything being in there.
Yeah.
So, but she drinks the tea and everything.
Yeah.
And they talk a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah. But she's like, oh, you're beautiful or something, or you're great.
Train.
Yeah.
And so they hear they're coming after her.
Yeah.
So she tells her where the exit is and everything.
Yeah. I feel like she gives her some kind of meaningful advice.
Yeah.
I just don't remember what it was.
I don't either. I was too busy going, aw, it's Rhea Perlman. That's so cute.
Yeah. Yeah. But she goes down another flight of stairs that goes to the eggs, to the lobby.
Yes. And she runs out of the building.
Yeah.
And
America Ferrera shows up right then.
Yep. She's got her car there and she's like, get in.
Her and her daughter.
Yep. So they get in there. They're still being chased. The Mattel guys, there is
that's a turnstile. Yeah.
And so they're supposed to use like a key card to get through. So they're, instead of just jumping over the turnstile,
like Barbie did.
Like anybody would. They're like, no, we have to.
Key card.
Where's the key card? And then they like find the key card. They accidentally drop it on the other side. It goes to the other side of the turnstile. And then finally, I think they decide.
It beeps and it folds down. And they're like, oh, well, I guess we didn't need it. Let's go.
So dumb.
It is ridiculous.
So stupid, but it's really funny. So yeah, she's in the car with America Ferrera and Sasha, and they're driving around. They're still being chased.
Yeah.
Because there are guys and Mattel guys that are chasing them. So they're like weaving through traffic and everything. But we find out that it wasn't Sasha's memories she was seeing. It was her mother's memories.
Yeah. About being with her daughter.
Yep.
And all the good times.
And she's the one. She's the one who's been playing with the doll.
Yeah.
Because she
missed Sasha.
She missed being, close with her daughter and everything. Yeah. So she was playing with the dolls. But
and that's why she's been drawing the existential dread.
Yes.
Yeah.
All these horrible
that's why Barbie's had these weird thoughts and everything. And cellulite.
Yep, cellulite Barbie and all this stuff because she's bringing the real world basically into that. And all the bad things that, that she has to think about on a daily basis pretty much. So like... Oh, they're talking about how everybody hates Barbie or whatever, or Sasha is talking about how everybody hates Barbie because men and women both hate women pretty much.
Yeah.
I was like, yikes.
Man, that sucks. That's the view. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't hate women though.
Because I love that when they're like men hate women hate women, and you're like, I don't hate women.
But I get that there's a lot of that out there.
Yep. So they decide that they're all going to go to Barbie Land together.
Yeah.
Because
that's why I've come. I'm supposed to take you to Barbie Land.
Yep. So that's what they do.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how that would fix the problem, really, but
no. But also, she's like, I need to get back to Barbie Land anyway because these people are chasing me, and I don't know what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
I guess she's just hoping maybe if she sees Barbie Land, if the mother sees Barbie Land and how perfect it is there and everything, it'll make her feel better or whatever.
I don't know.
So they head off to Barbie Land together. They get there, and Barbie Land has changed.
Yes,
a lot.
It has
because I'm like, oh no, Ken brought patriarchy to Barbie Land, and that is exactly what happened.
Yep.
So
they're like, oh no, it's like when smallpox was introduced and they didn't have a natural defense against it, and patriarchy just spread.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they show up. The first place they go to is the beach.
Yeah.
There's like a beach volleyball game. It's very Top Gun.
Yeah.
I mean, literally somebody looks like Goose.
And the Supreme Court is cheering. The cheerleaders.
Yeah. She's like, oh, that's our Supreme Court.
Yeah.
There's a merman. It is John Cena.
John Cena, of course.
And of course, the mermaid shows up and is like, would you like a brewski beer? It's not a beer. And it's not a brewski. It's a brewski beer every time. There's one point where a Ken is like, brewski beer me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Nice. So yeah, they see all this stuff that is different.
Yeah.
There was a Barbie Mount Rushmore, basically. Yeah. It was four Barbies. Yeah. It's horses now.
Yeah.
It's horse heads. Oh my goodness. So she's like, okay, well, this is where I live. It's like a nice neighborhood. They're like, oh, every Barbie has their own dream house. It's like, yep, that's right. They drive by like this tree house or something, and the mom's like, oh, I had one of those when I was a little girl. And then they pull up to Barbie's dream house, and there are Kens all in the dream house.
Yep.
And
there's a saloon door on the front with a horse.
There are TVs everywhere, and every single one of them is showing horses. They're all drinking their brewski beers.
Yep.
And she goes up and she's like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
And it is no longer Barbie's dream house. Yeah. It is now Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa house.
Yeah, they're like, why are you saying dojo and house?
Casa and house.
And casa, yeah.
It's like they all mean the same. What is happening?
Because it's more fun to say.
Exactly. And every night is boys' night.
Yep.
So, sorry, you can't stay here, Barbie.
Yeah. All the other Barbies are like, subservient.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yes. The
giving them everything.
Madam President is now just like getting
beers for people.
Brewski beers for a Ken.
They're rubbing their feet all the time.
Yes. They're in.
Alan does too. He's not a fan.
Yep. They're in French maid outfits.
Yeah.
And it's just.
Alan hates this.
Alan is having the worst time. It's like, I don't understand why Alan is having such a bad time.
I don't know. He's not getting. Because this isn't his world.
I guess so. I guess he liked it when Barbie was in charge.
And it's kind of the point of the movie a little bit. So we'll get into that later.
But yeah, he's not having a good time.
Yeah.
I don't like this. So they have to. Oh, he wants Barbie to be his. What was it, like, long distance?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the exact wording.
Well, I think he just wanted to be his girlfriend, but eventually she's like, long distance, no stress.
I think he says it.
Maybe. Okay.
I think he tells her that, and then later she comes back and says, I'll be your long distance.
Yeah, it's like, down low, whatever.
Anyway, so of course she can't stay there. She can't stay at the dream house anymore. Yeah. So she has to go to.
They're like, where do the Kens usually go? And it's like, I don't know. I've never thought about it.
It's like,
where have the Kens been sleeping?
Where do they stay?
So you just sleep on the beach?
Do they just live on the beach?
Possibly.
I would not be surprised. Yeah. Because, where else do they have to go? They're all just beach.
Yep, pretty much.
Their job is beach. Oh, man. Because none of them have, like, a profession.
Not that I know of, yeah. They're all at the beach.
It looks like one of them is a lifeguard, possibly.
Yeah.
But the other ones, it's like they're just all hanging out at the beach. I don't know. So she goes to stay with...
Weird Barbie,
yes.
Yeah. And there's some other Barbies there.
Well, actually, first she goes off to the side and she starts crying, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, and he throws her outfits out.
And it displays them as they come out. Yeah.
So it's like disco fever outfit or whatever. And like each one of them as they're falling. And of course the mom is like, oh my gosh, I had that one. Or, oh, that's vintage and everything. And so, she's like all excited about it. And she's like, I wonder if I could wear those. But, so this is before she goes to Weird Barbie's place. Because she just goes and sits on the curb and she starts kind of crying and everything. Yeah. And America Ferrera goes up to her and is talking to her about, life is all change. Mm-hmm. And she's like, that's terrifying. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want change.
Yeah.
So, then it randomly cuts to a Barbie commercial, and it is for Depression Barbie.
Yeah. It's the new ad running. Because they're also selling like Mojo Dojo Casa houses. Yes. They're flying off the shelves. People love Ken. He's in movies now.
Exactly. And the movie hasn't even been made yet, and it's already a blockbuster or something like that. Okay. But I don't even think they've cast him yet. I think they were like, we're looking for, we're looking to cast Ken and all this stuff. But Depression Barbie, and she's like wearing like...
She's not like no makeup.
No makeup. She's
her
wearing
eyes are just sad.
Gray clothes, basically.
So
oh my goodness. So everything is bad for Barbie right now. And she's just kind of laying she kind of just like flops over on her side also at one point, and she's just like, but no joints are moving, and she just kind of like flops over. And then the humans, the mother and daughter, they decide that they're going to go back to the real world. So they take the car because they're like, how do you get back? And she's like, just go.
Yeah, because she was like laying face down in the grass and didn't want to do anything. She gave up.
Yep. So they're like, well, we're just going to head back.
Yeah.
So they get in the car. They start heading out. They're singing outside. And Alan pops up in the back seat.
And they flip the car.
They flip the car, of course, because they all scream, flip the car.
They all land outside the car instead of in it.
Yes. And then they see at the edge of Barbie Land or whatever, there are construction workers.
They're building a wall.
They're building a wall. And once they realize that they can go sideways
instead of straight
up, they're going to have it built in no time.
It's so dumb. They're just stacking bricks on top of each other.
It's so stupid. So Alan gets...
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna... He goes over and he fights the kids, basically.
I'll take
He's like,
care of this.
I'll get rid of them so that you can get through or whatever.
So he just beats all of them up.
He starts fighting them. I swear, some of them were fighting each other.
Maybe.
And I'm like, I don't know why, but it looks like it.
They're Kens.
So I'm pretty sure you see like a guy like...
I don't
just
know.
Jump up and kick another guy.
Very
and I'm
possibly.
like, it wasn't Alan, so I don't know.
Who knows?
But before they can even leave, they realize that there are things that they need to fix.
Yeah, they need to go help.
In Barbie Land. They need to help Barbie.
Yeah.
So they turn back around and go back. And Alan, of course, goes back with them, and he's like, oh, really?
I'll never get out of here.
Exactly. So they go back, and this is when we find out that Barbie is living at Weird Barbie's house now.
Yeah.
With a few other people.
Yeah, there's some other Barbies.
Yeah, but they hear Alan coming, and they think, oh no, the Kens are here. So they all go to hide. Yeah. But it's Alan, and it's America Ferrera, and it's Sasha. Yeah. I really wish I knew for sure what her name was in the story. Gloria, maybe. So that I don't have to keep saying America Ferrera every time. Right.
Like, that's not what we do every movie.
It's true. We do. I don't know how many times I called Val Kilmer instead of Rivers last week. But and there was another little part that I forgot to mention.
It's Gloria.
Okay. Yeah. Gloria! I'll remember that. So... Before Gloria and Sasha leave with Barbie to go to Barbie Land, Sasha's like, what about Dad? Yeah. And it just shows the dad, he's like doing a Duolingo lesson. Trying to learn Spanish. Home, and that's it. Yeah. It's like, that's all he does. And it's like, he'll be fine. Yeah. That's America Ferrera's actual husband. Oh, is it? Yeah. Cute. Yeah. I really like her.
I like America Ferrera.
I used to watch Ugly Betty all the time. I liked Ugly Betty.
I saw her on Superstore. That's where I like her from that.
Nice. So, anyway, they're at Weird Barbie's house. Alan, Gloria, Sasha, they all show up. And there are other Barbies there. There's one of the Barbies that won the Nobel Prize, but for literature. She doesn't remember writing a book or anything.
They're trying to...
jog her memory, basically. Yeah. She just doesn't. She's been brainwashed. She doesn't know. But then there are other ones that are there. Yeah. There are a couple Kens. There are a couple of Kens. There is Sugar Daddy Ken. Sugar Daddy Ken. Yeah. Not the kind of sugar daddy you're thinking.
Is it not?
No.
Oh, is that what they say?
Because he has the dog. The dog's name is Sugar. He's Sugar's daddy.
Oh. I didn't get that. That's funny. That's played by Rob Brydon, though. Okay. Love him.
And then there's also Earring Magic Ken, who was discontinued pretty quickly. Yeah. Because everybody was like, this Ken is definitely gay. And so I guess nobody wanted him.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
It's got a cool earring.
It was the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's so weird about earrings.
He came with earrings that you could wear yourself.
Oh, really?
Barbie earrings.
Huh, weird.
Which is pretty cool. But I don't know. I didn't have him, but and that would have been peak time for me to have Earring Magic Barbie also. Yeah. Because I would have been like, I'm 10. Because I think it was like 93. Yeah. It's like, come on, give me that Earring Magic. Give me an Earring Magic Ken. Yeah. Yeah, but no, he did not do well. I still love the sugar baby. I'm not sugar baby. Sugar daddy. Yeah. Sugar daddy Ken. It's like, funny. Anyway, so, and then there is, I want to say it was a skipper that when you pull her arm down, her boobs grow. Basically.
Yeah, that's right.
And so they're like
going through changes, skipper.
Yeah, something like that.
Growing up skipper.
I do not remember that one.
There's a Barbie with a TV on her back.
She has a built-in camera. It's not just a TV.
Camera.
It's a camera because she has a hole right here in her chest, and you can on the back of her you can hit record and record whatever, and then you can play it back. I don't know. It was really strange. I don't remember
POV Barbie movie going.
I don't remember that one either. Yeah. But, yeah. So there are those. They're all there. And
isn't Barbie with them?
Yes, Barbie. Stereotypical Barbie is also there. And weird Barbie, of course.
Yeah.
And Gloria makes this... Oh, Barbie is like... She's really sad and everything. She's crying. Yeah. And Gloria goes up to her and she's like, asks her what's wrong or whatever. She's like, I'm not pretty anymore.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's like this little note. Margot Robbie is the wrong person to cast for this. This part or whatever.
Yeah. Note to the producers.
Yeah, because it's Margot Robbie.
Somebody like Margot Robbie would not be a good casting choice.
It's like, like Margot Robbie's not pretty.
Beautiful.
Exactly. She's like crying and everything. It's like, she's gorgeous. What are you talking about? Yeah. But she doesn't know what her purpose is, basically. She's like, I'm stereotypical Barbie. I'm not a doctor. I'm not the president. I'm not an astronaut. All this stuff. And so...
America gives a big speech.
Yes.
About all the kind of double standards for women.
Exactly.
Like, you gotta be thin, but you can't be too thin. You gotta be the boss, but you can't be mean.
And you can't say that you want to be thin. You have to say that you want to be healthy and all this stuff, but you're supposed to be thin. And, and you can't be mean. You can be a boss, but if you are, you can't be mean. And
you got to be appreciative of where you are, but you got to want more. But you still got to say thank you.
And you've got to have money, but you can't ask for money or something like that. There's just all this different stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to want to be a mom, but you can't complain about.
Yeah. Nobody wants to hear about your kids.
Yeah.
Your mom.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, she's right.
It's just all contradictions.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what it's like to be a woman, and that's what we have to deal with every day. And
that knocks the brainwashed one back into reality.
She's like, I do remember I wrote a novel.
Win a Nobel Prize. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, this is what we have to do. We have to unbrainwash all of the Barbies. And Gloria is the one. She's like, we're gonna grab them like one by one, basically.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell them this speech, and they're gonna be unbrainwashed.
Yeah.
So that's what they do.
Did we hear already about the Kens that they're gonna have a vote
Yes.
to change the constitution
Yes.
of Barbie Land to be all about Ken?
Yeah, because they've already taken over like all of the positions in government.
It's now
and
Kendom.
Yeah. And so they're supposed to be a vote.
Yeah.
And it's only Kens that are going to be voting.
Right.
I'm like, did you pick up on that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they've got to get all the Barbies back to normal before this happens, so that maybe they can fix things. They've got to fix it. So they go around, and one of them will be like a distraction, basically, while the others, and Alan, because of course Alan is with them as well, while they grab them. While they extract them, take them to like the back of a van.
Yeah.
And get the
America
speech,
gives them the speech, yeah.
Exactly. So one of them, I think it's the first one, because they're trying to get the president. And so one of them, the girl who's the novelist, she's sitting like at a cafe or whatever with her laptop, and she's like, I don't know how to do this
thing. How do I select with Photoshop?
Yeah. And Simu is the one that's there, and he's like, oh, let me show you how to do this.
Yes,
you can't do it.
You've got to select the layer
and all this
so
stuff.
you can select.
Exactly. And so while he's distracted, they grab the president, they get her unbrainwashed.
Yeah.
So then there's another one that it's like, I think it's the next one, they're like The Godfather.
Yeah.
So one of them is watching The Godfather with one of the kids, one of the Barbies. And I think it's Lawyer Barbie.
Yeah.
And President Barbie comes in, and she's like, oh, what are you watching?
I've never seen The Godfather.
I've never seen The Godfather. Exactly. Can you tell me about it? And so he just like starts mansplaining. It's just a bunch of mansplaining stuff.
A lot of mansplaining.
And then, so they grab the other Barbie, they get her fixed up, and it just keeps on. They just keep grabbing them.
Yeah, which just brings up a thing I've faced as a man, which I am, if you didn't know that. It is tough not trying to mansplain, but like there are times when I actually want to help someone, and sometimes people actually need help, but then I'm like, but I don't want to be like, obviously you don't know this.
Yes. I mean, there's a difference between explaining and mansplaining. It's not just any time that a man is talking to a woman, they're mansplaining.
Right.
It's like when somebody is trying to explain rocket science. A man is trying to explain rocket science to to a woman who is a rocket scientist.
Yeah.
It's like, I know this. I studied this. You don't have to tell me.
Right. But that Photoshop part, it's like, what if I know the problem that you're doing? Like,
yeah.
I think it's just you got to select the layer. I don't know. It's tough, but I get it. I would be really annoyed if everybody was explaining. I hate when people explain things to me like I'm stupid.
Yeah.
When I'm not. And I'm like, yeah, I know this, okay?
Yeah.
So I get it. But it's also just it's a tough line.
I think a lot of it is that there is supposedly, I don't know, like men have like the fix it gene. So it's like they have to fix it. They see a problem, they have to fix it kind of thing. So it's like, oh, I see this person needs help doing this thing. Situation. I have to help them do it kind of thing.
Especially if it's a woman. So we got to save them. Yeah, or something.
So, I don't know. But I think it's more that than mansplaining, really.
Okay.
Because I guess it's not really mansplaining now that I've said it.
Some of it is, though. Like that Godfather thing. That's ridiculous.
I don't know if that's really mansplaining, though.
Is it not? It's annoying still.
It is annoying. It is definitely annoying. I don't really know if it would be mansplaining because she walks up and she doesn't know. She says, she doesn't know anything about it. And so he's able to tell her about it.
But you don't have to go into a 4-hour-long talk about what it is.
But I mean, if she were like a famous film critic or something, then it would be kind of weird to... He should be like, well, you want to watch it with us? Instead of, let me tell you about everything about it. Exactly. Or if she was like, oh, it's The Godfather, this is my favorite movie kind of thing. And then he starts talking about like, blah, blah, blah,
Did you know that actually The Godfather is about Caesar?
I don't know. It'd be like, okay, shut up, please. Just let me watch the movie. So anyway, they unbrainwash everybody, basically. All the women. Ken is they decide oh my god, what am I saying?
I don't know.
They're doing the next part of their plan, basically. So they've got to kind of seduce all the Kens pretty much. So Barbie goes to
Mojo Dojo Casa House.
And Ken is there, of course. And she hits the doorbell or whatever. And he starts like frantically like cleaning stuff. And she could totally see him through the saloon doors. And
it's like, oh, you just caught me.
It's like, oh, what was it?
She caught me reading.
Caught me reading. Exactly.
It's about horses or something. I don't know.
Probably. I mean, considering him, I would assume it was about horses. You've caught me reading, She's like, I'm ready to be your long distance, blah, 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 whatever, girlfriend now. And he's like, hold on one second.
Yeah.
He walks through.
Goes behind a post.
Behind a pillar, and he just like, it's like real quiet for a second. Then he's like, sublime. Just so dumb.
So ridiculous.
So funny. And I heard that they did that several times and he just did different words every time. Which, if that is true, that is hilarious.
That's funny.
So he comes back and he's like, do you want to hear me sing at you? Not to you, at you. And she's like, yeah, that sounds great. So she goes inside. He starts singing Push because
he's playing guitar, singing.
Because I forgot to say, as Gloria and Sasha were leaving earlier, before Alan popped up, they were listening to Barbie's radio station, and then suddenly it turned to Ken radio, and it was just Push.
By Matchbox 20. Yep.
So that, of course, is what he starts playing for her. He's got his guitar. He's playing Push. He's singing it to her and everything. And then it goes 4 hours later, and he's still singing.
They're on the beach. Yeah.
There are like all of these there's like a bonfire in front of him, and he's still singing to her. And then it pans out, and you see there is another Ken and a Barbie in front of the bonfire, and another one, another one.
Semicircle of Barbies.
All
and Kens.
Of them. One of the Kens is playing the drums instead, and they're all just there, and they're like, okay, now it's time for the next part of the plan.
Phase 2,
And this made me so sad. Because they're trying to make them jealous of each other.
Yeah, they want to turn them on each other.
Turn them on each other, exactly. So she's like, oh, I'll be right back.
Yeah, she just gets on her phone, starts texting. He's like, who are you texting?
Yeah.
Like, it's Ken. It's fine. He's a friend.
Yeah, and then she goes over to the other Ken. Don't.
Got what I need.
So she goes over to one of the other Kens, and she's like, oh, what are you playing? He's like, oh, it's a song that I just wrote, and everything, even though they're all playing the same song. And she's like, oh, will you play it for me? And he starts playing and everything. And then the Barbie that's with him walks over to a different Barbie. And they all just like start switching Kens, and all of them are getting jealous and like, what does that guy have that I don't have? Kind of. And so this is when it's like the big Ken war, pretty much. Yeah.
And meanwhile, the Will Ferrell and the other board members, after the Mojo Dojo Casa House went into production and everything, he's like, something's wrong. We got to get into Barbie Land.
Exactly. So they head off into Barbie Land.
And they're all like riding this big long bike.
That is the funniest thing.
I love this view. Look at it. It's great.
The longest tandem bike. Yeah. It is hilarious. It's like, it's probably one of my favorite jokes. Just because it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. Because I don't know how many of them there are, but there's so many.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, big Ken war.
Well, Beach Ken. In his Mojo Dojo Casa House, he's sitting there, he starts singing. And
it's the I'm Just Ken song.
Yeah, I'm Just Ken.
Yeah.
And then they're getting ready to fight the other...
Yeah.
They're getting ready to fight the other Kens because it's like 2 factions of Kens or whatever. And then suddenly...
While they're fighting, the Barbies are going to be actually going and voting for the Constitution, putting it back in place and all that.
Exactly. This is all a distraction.
Yeah.
So they head off. They're fighting, but they're still singing.
Yep.
They're on the beach. They come in from the waves. The other ones are on the beach.
Yeah.
They start fighting with whatever they have.
Yeah, it's a lot of like boogie boards and volleyballs and tennis rackets and stuff.
Yeah. And
the executives come in as well. They're marching down the beach when the guy gets shot. He's like, I've been shot. Yeah. He's like, there's no guns here. Exactly. I don't understand. But he ends up in a sling anyway. I don't know what happened to him.
I don't know, because they do have like bow and arrows, but they've got like little
suction cup ones,
Because at one point, one of them hits Ken, and he pulls it out of like his ribs shoulder. Or whatever, or his shoulder or whatever. He pulls it out and he ends up like hitting somebody else, stabbing somebody else with it. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah. So they have a beach off.
Yes. Big beach off.
Between Ken and Ken.
And then suddenly it's a Ken ballet.
Yeah.
And by the end of this whole production number, where they're all dressed in like black,
they've come together. As Ken.
Yes, they're no longer fighting.
Yeah,
and then they realize, wait a minute, weren't we supposed to vote today?
Yeah.
So it was all a distraction.
Yep, it's too late. The Barbies have already taken back over.
Exactly. It's too late.
Yeah.
They show up on their fake horses over to the dream house. They're like, did it get dreamier or what? And so there we go. They've taken everything back. And the Kens are just kind of there now again.
Yeah, Ken runs inside. He's upset.
Yep. And Barbie goes after him.
Yeah.
And talks to him and everything. And he's like, I was created for Barbie. I was created, to be Barbie's boyfriend. What else do I have? And she's like, you have to figure out who you are without Barbie.
Yeah, because earlier, whenever like he was running things, and she was like, I don't like this. I don't like, doing this. Like, how did it feel? You know, because that's what he's been living the whole time.
Yeah. So she's, she tells him, you have to figure out who you are without Barbie. Yeah. And then she kind of realizes that she has to figure out who she is too. Yeah. Because, she doesn't know.
And he still kind of thinks she's like trying to be his girlfriend. Yes. And he tries to kiss her at one point. She's like, no, this is not what it's about.
No.
Yeah.
And he's like, but it's always been Barbie and Ken.
Yeah.
And it's like,
now this is Barbie and this is
Ken.
Instead
of this is Barbie and Ken, it's this is Barbie and this is Ken.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm Ken. I'm, Ken is me. Ken is me. And then all the Kens are like, Ken is me.
Yeah. And they're all happy because Doctor Who one's like, finally, I miss hanging out with my Barbie friends.
Yeah, with my best friend and all this stuff. Yeah. And they do ask they're like, can we get a spot on like the Supreme Court? And
they're like, we'll start you out in the lower circuit.
Yeah, exactly.
Courts.
Exactly. Just like... just like women had to do basically in the real world. So eventually I'm sure they'll...
Yeah, it's not a perfect... I think it says that eventually it kind of mirrors the real world,
Yeah, so it's like men are still in charge in the real world, but women do have some positions of power, and then it's the opposite in Barbie world.
Right.
Or Barbie Land, whatever.
But Barbie still doesn't know what to do.
Yes. Oh, also, and the Mattel guys are still there, because they're like, hey... We're here too.
Yeah.
We're trying to fix stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And then...
But yeah, Barbie's like, I don't know what to do. Where do I go? What's my place? And then here comes that old lady.
Yes, Ruth, the woman she had tea with.
Yeah, Rhea Perlman.
And it's Ruth Handler, who was the creator of
Barbie.
And Will Ferrell's character is like, Ruth Handler, her ghost keeps an office on the 17th floor.
It's pretty cool. She's got a good office on the 17th floor.
Exactly.
So funny.
Yeah, so she walks off with Ruth, basically. Mm-hmm. And they have a little talk.
Yeah, in this, like, white room.
Yes. And she's like, it's like maybe she's not Barbie anymore. Maybe she's changed so much that she's not, who she was.
Yeah.
And
that she can be human.
Yeah, she tells her,
what she wants to be.
Barbie is an idea and ideas live forever, but humans don't, basically. So
you were named after my daughter.
Yep, Barbie's real name is Barbara Millicent. Mm-hmm. I thought it was something different.
I don't know.
I feel like her name is Barbara Millicent Roberts.
Maybe.
But Barbara Handler was Ruth's daughter, I guess. And she named her Barbie after that. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Anyway, so she decides that she wants to be real. She wants to be a real girl. It's like a whole Pinocchio human. Situation here.
Yep.
And she's, I guess, Ruth Handler's the blue fairy.
Mm-hmm. She's like, you can do what you want.
Yep.
I can't control you. Nobody can control you.
Because she's like, but you made me. And she's like, yeah, but basically you have your own free will kind of thing. So
you're good to go.
You can do what you want. So she wants to be real. So she closes her eyes and she meditates again, basically.
Yeah.
And she becomes...
She kind of sees all women, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just, it's like a whole montage of different women.
Mm-hmm.
It was sweet.
I cried.
I know. Because it's seeing, like, past... older ladies that, you probably relate to. You got family members. There's kids. Oh, my God.
Stop!
Don't stop? Okay.
No, stop. I'm going to cry again.
And yeah, it's sweet. Because, women are a big part of the world. Mm-hmm. And they deserve respect.
Thank you.
I know you disagree on this. But I'm going to stand up to you and say women deserve respect.
Oh my gosh. And then there's that Billie Eilish song that's playing, and I was just like, oh no, this song's gonna be stuck in my head forever.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And she starts breathing, basically.
Yeah.
And she has a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. She's a real girl now.
I liked that Ruth made like an off comment, like, and I did some like tax stuff in the 70s, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because Ruth kind of, because she got like sick. She got pretty sick. I think she had ovarian cancer, maybe? I don't remember. Some kind of cancer. And and then like in the 70s, she had some tax issues. She retired as CEO, and then they were like, oh, we found a bunch of fraud stuff.
Oh, no.
And she was like, oh, I was so sick.
I'm sick.
I didn't know what I was doing. Which, maybe so, but still, she got in some trouble. And but yeah. Anyway, that was just funny that she made just an offhand joke about it.
Yep.
Yeah. She's like, I ain't perfect.
Oh, man. So, then it shows her Barbie is in the real world now. Mm-hmm. I guess she's like living with with Gloria's family.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because she's in the car with Gloria and Sasha and the dad. The dad is there. He is trying to speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's really cute. Because, it's like he's trying to connect with his wife, basically, and his daughter, I guess. And she's like, okay, it's close, but not exactly, not perfect, but you're getting there,
Yeah.
And they're like,
you're going to do great. You're going to nail this.
Exactly. And she's getting ready to go into this
building.
We're
like, oh, she's going for a job interview.
Yeah, exactly. And so she goes in there and she gives her name as Barbara Handler. Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'd like to see a gynecologist, please.
My gynecologist, basically. And I'm like, oh, you would not be that happy going in there.
You're going to be disappointed.
It is not going to be fun, girl.
But yeah. So she's doing it.
She's a real woman. She's out in the world.
And Gloria and Sasha have reconnected. They're bonding again.
Yeah.
Sasha likes her mom's drawings of Barbie because it shows she's kind of weird and kind of dark and not the perfect image she's trying to put out there.
Yeah.
And everything. So it was good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Overall, I thought good movie. It was funny. Mm-hmm. It had some good points. Mm-hmm. Created a lot of controversy, which is stupid. Mainly by jerks.
Probably guys whose girlfriends left them because...
Probably, or they never had girlfriends.
Because they said something bad about.
They're jerks. Yeah.
Because I heard that there were some people that it was like, oh, yeah, my boyfriend and I went to watch the Barbie movie and we're not together anymore. Yeah.
Because people think it's anti-men, which if you're just really shallow about it, then okay, I can see where maybe. Yeah. Because you're like, oh, the patriarchy, it's bad. But it's not saying that patriarchy is bad only to women and women need to do it. It's all about women are better. That it's not like it's saying patriarchy is hurting everybody. Yeah. Because you see with the Kens, like, they don't all want to be in the thing they gotta be. Some of them want to hang out with their Barbie friends. Some of them want to be Alan.
Exactly. Alan's like, I hate this. Yeah. I liked it better the other way.
It just puts everybody in the same, like, box. And because you look at even, like, when I was growing up and, like, all the, like, if you acted a certain way, you were, like, if you weren't, like, super manly, you were like, oh, this kid's weird. He doesn't like, all this stuff. He likes to do other things. And it's like, it's ridiculous. And so it's toxic to everybody. And then women have been held down because of it. And, they're trying to get where they can. It's crazy to think about how, like, women couldn't vote. That's insane. Yeah. Like, how do you not think they're the same people? And so it's dumb to think that it's just like, oh, how dare you speak out against the patriarchy? And because men have feelings too. Like, and we're addressing that. Yeah. Men deserve better than trying to live up to just being above everybody else when we're all just equal people and just trying to get through our damn lives.
Yeah. Well, even Ken ended up not liking the patriarchy. Because he was like, I brought this back here because he was interested in it. Mainly because he thought it had something to do with horses and he liked horses. And then it doesn't have anything to do with horses. He's like, why did I do this? This isn't what I wanted.
Yeah. And it even shows...
And it didn't give him, it's not like he got Barbie out of it. Yeah. Either way, they were just not together, And
it even shows, like, it was the matriarchy in Barbie Land was not a good thing. All the Kens were just confined to their beach roles.
Barbie didn't even know where they lived.
Yeah. And it's like, that's terrible. So, they had to realize at the end, like, it's not good for just one gender to be...
Exactly, like, in charge of everything.
Above everything else. Yeah. There's good people. And we gotta be good people. Yep. But yeah, I think she did a good job with it. So I recommend it. I think you should watch it. And feel free to watch Oppenheimer afterward if you really want to.
Yeah, we're not going to, but
not my problem.
I do wonder if Ken will ever get a horse. Because there are horses, Barbie horses. He needs a horse. Yeah. Also, I'm wondering if he will end up in the real world as well.
Yeah, they don't really care if Ken's getting to the real world.
They don't.
Somebody told him, like, oh, Ken's in the whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't care.
We don't care about him. We got to get Barbie out of here. Yeah. But, like, none of the Barbies or Kens cry except for those two. Yeah. That one. Because at the end, when he's talking to Barbie, he's crying. Yeah. It's like... So he does have emotions, like human emotions. Yeah. He might. I don't know. Maybe there will be another movie and it will just be called Ken.
It's just Ken.
Or just Ken, yeah. He's just Ken.
Who knows?
And it'll be his journey to the real world.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, good stuff.
I love that now there's like, oh, it's going to be the new MCU. It's going to be the
Mattelverse, yeah.
Mattel Cinematic Universe.
Like,
and it's like
Transformers had like a G.I. Joe like crossover thing. And it's like, what's happening?
It's like, oh gosh, there was something else. There were like all these ones that they were going to do. It's like, we're going to do, like, Guess Who? Yeah. And it's going to be a mystery and all this stuff. And
it's so funny.
I really hope they do. Like, I know that it's not Mattel, because I'm sure it's probably, like, Milton Bradley or something. It's going to be, like, Perfection. Yeah. Oh, silly. Man. Polly Pocket. That was the other one.
Oh, yeah. Polly Pocket. They were going to do that.
Oh, man.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, if they do it like that, then that's fine. But I don't know.
I mean, the Lego movie, not Mattel, but...
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
Battleship, not good.
No, but they weren't actually... It didn't really have much to do with the game, I don't think. Probably.
Yeah, not really. I think there were some things Barbie, that were kind of like trying to like throw to the game, but not really. I never saw it.
I didn't either.
Okay, well, let's get into our snack then. What do you say?
Okay.
Today we have a very pink snack.
Yeah, when we realized we didn't have a snack and Mark was going to the grocery store, I was like, get a snack.
Yeah.
Find something pink. So we have some Lindor Truffles. They are strawberries and cream.
Yes, very pink package.
Limited edition.
Pink wrappings. So we're going to give them a try.
Mm-hmm. It was the perfect time to do a movie that was all about pink and look for a pink snack, though. Yeah. Because they've already got the Valentine's Day stuff out, and it's all pink. Yep. Now, we've had Neapolitan ice cream ones not too long ago, so I assume it probably is going to taste a lot like the strawberry part of that.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't remember.
He put the whole thing in his mouth. I do like that every time that I see these, I just think of mini Death Stars. Mm-hmm. Because they've got that one little spot there. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's where the laser comes out of. That's no moon. It's a Lindor truffle. It's very artificial strawberry flavor. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with that, though.
No. I felt like I got a bit of actual strawberry in there. Like a little speck.
Probably a seed.
Let's put the seeds in there.
Just love it. Seeds in the flavor.
I do like it, though.
Mm-hmm. They're good.
Which, I love Lindor Truffles. Mm-hmm. They are my favorite chocolate, Mom. Not Ferrero Rocher. I love you.
Yeah, there was a bit of a mix-up at Christmas.
My mom was very sweet and got us chocolates and stuff, and she thought I had said that Ferrero Rocher was my favorite. And to be fair, we say a lot of stuff on here.
We do.
So, it's tough to keep track of everything.
Mm-hmm. But, they're not his favorite. But they are my favorite.
I can't eat them, so.
No, because they have hazelnuts. I can't have
hazelnuts.
But they are my favorite, and Lindor Truffles are Mark's favorite.
Yeah.
And he ended up with my favorite, and I ended up with his. And he gave me...
I gave you all of my Ferrero Rocher, and you... I kept
the Lindor Truffles.
Maybe 30 Lindor Truffles.
This bag is right here. You can have them whenever you want. I will, if you want me to, I will promise that I will only eat them when you're here and share them every single time.
No, that's fine. You gave me a bunch for Christmas also. I did. So I had plenty, but it was just funny.
It was. Because you're like, I can't eat these. Here, take them. And you're like, so do you want to...
So how about them Lindors? That's weird you got my favorite.
You want to give those over? I'm like, nope. Because guess who didn't get any Lindor Truffles until your mom gave them? Gave them some.
I gave you Lindor bears, though.
You did.
They were cute little bears.
They are cute. I've only eeten 2 of them.
Wow. Slapping my face.
Because I keep forgetting that they are there.
All right. What do we rate these strawberry and creams?
I don't know. They're going to be pretty high, though.
Yeah. I give Lindor Truffles a 10. As a whole. I don't like the strawberries and cream as much as just the milk chocolate ones. So, I'm going to go 9.
Okay. I was thinking like 8.
Yeah.
But,
it's blasphemy. But okay.
But I don't like the Lindor Truffles as much as you do. So
I know.
Which is kind of crazy that I didn't give you that huge bag of them.
Yet! Here we are. All right.
Oh, my goodness.
What's your favorite Lindor truffle flavor? Maybe we haven't tried it. We're willing to.
Did you play with Barbies?
Did
when you grew up?
You freak.
You were growing up. You insane person. No. And if so, did you have a favorite?
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite Barbie?
Oh, yeah. Because there's a lot. Mm-hmm. Did you have a favorite?
Probably the one that I said I always made the villain. Yeah. I just love the slick back. I
Kung
cannot.
Fu.
It's like Magic Moves Barbie or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Can't remember. But yeah.
Well, let us know on Twitter at HavingFunCast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send an email to us at havingfunpod@gmail.com.
Go have fun and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.